Hey, what is going on, viewers? Zesty Lime Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today, reviewing the new updated Monster Assault version. So before we get into this, this is basically a new version of the old Monster Assault. And here's the can. We'll have a quick look at the old can. So it was £1.19, similar kind of, camo design on the can. And of course it was red, and of course got the Assault. But ultimately, this is the old one. And it is basically cola, Monster Cola. So they've updated it for 2021 and beyond with a absolutely gorgeous new looking can, which we'll have a look in a second as well. So it cost me an expensive £1.45. I mean, yes, this is a full sugar one, just like the old one is, but £1.45, that's almost £1.50 a can. You can pick up a can of cider for sometimes cheaper than that now in these corner shops. So £1.45 is really expensive for a can of Monster, but there you go. But anyways, let's give you guys a full 360 of this beautiful looking can. So as I said, they've kind of kept the the kind of camo style with the can, but obviously they've got some green and browns on there and some kind of sand looking colors to look make the can stand out a hell of a lot more than the old Assault can did. But yeah, that's an absolutely incredible front of the can. Really nice looking can there. And we've got the M the M logo in red, and then the Assault at the bottom as well. So of course we have the ingredients and stuff on the back in this kind of sand color, and then we've got the new story, which we'll read in a second as well. On the bottom, we've got nothing, and on the top, everything's all standard and silver, which is a bit of a shame. They could have made it black or something, but yeah, everything's all standard and silver on the top. So anyways, taking a closer look at the can. So let's quickly read the story, which is on the side. At Monster, we don't get too hung up on politics. We don't care if you're right wing, left wing, or a chicken wing. We dig camo and think it's the perfect cover for our sneak attack on the ordinary. Newly upgraded, Monster Assault is a flavor evolution unlike anything you've had before. Optimized and fortified by a battle-tested Monster Energy blend, Assault will keep you ready for the high alert. So basically, it doesn't say that it's cola, but it is still cola. Well, I hope it is, but yeah, it doesn't say cola anywhere. So of course, you're reading it for the first time and you're thinking, what the hell is this flavor? So reading the ingredients, let's see, have a look at the ingredients. So this is full sugar. So the sugar content is 10 grams per 100 ml, and the total amount of sugar is 52 grams per can. So yes, 10 grams is bang on that old average, which used to be 10 grams of sugar before the sugar tax came in. But reading the ingredients, what do we have in terms of sweeteners? So we have only sucralose and no aspartame, which is good. And just comparison, the old one contained 11 grams per 100 ml, so it's only 1 gram more in the old one. And the vitamins, we've got niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and riboflavin, but no pantothenic acid. And the caffeine content is exactly the same. It is 32 milligrams per 100 ml. But apart from that, there is nothing else interesting on the can. So anyways, put that old can to one side. It's nice and cold. I have got a cup. Let's get straight to it. Hopefully it won't explode over me. So if it is cola, I'm guessing the color is going to be the color of cola, which is just that really dark jet black, color of death, which is just kind of just black or really dark brown. And the smell and taste, well, to be honest with you, I actually hated the old Assault. I really don't like any other cola drinks than Coke or Pepsi, so I'm hoping this is going to be a lot nicer than what the old one tasted like, because the old one kind of just disappeared for weeks and months on end and just wasn't really about. So hopefully this one is a lot better. Anyways, hopefully it won't explode over me. There we go, lovely done. Hey viewers, Zesty Lime Studios here. If you want to save 10% discount on any of these Zest Gamer products, don't forget to use code ZESTYLS. The code will be in the description below. These are my two personal favourites, Horus and Hyper Beast. Thanks guys. And the colour is? Surprise, surprise. Definitely cola from that colour. There we go. So it doesn't seem to be that fizzy, which is a good thing, because I generally prefer less fizz in drinks. And there wasn't too much fizz on the top there, and there's not too many bubbles on the side either. But yeah, that colour is just that usual cola colour, which is that super dark brown or just that black colour, which just looks really dark. And it's non-see-through, as you cannot see my face through the drink. So anyway, let's give it a closer smell now and see what we can smell of. It kind of stinks of it does smell of some sort of cheap cola, but it stinks. Yeah, it just stinks of some cheap cola. Doesn't smell great, to be honest. Again, if you ever smell like cheap cola in a can or something, it smells just like that. Because remember, it's not Coke and it's not Pepsi, which are totally different things. Cool. Well, nevertheless, guys, let's try some. Oh dear. That is weird. Really, guys? Yeah, okay, that is that's pretty boring. That's a shame. Then again, what I was expecting with a cola drink. Yeah, well, that was interesting. Definitely not what I was thinking with that. Definitely, that's definitely a bit speechless. That's not great. Yeah, that's not great whatsoever. So we'll start off with the sweetness and stuff. So sweetness wise, even for having that amount of sugar in the drink, it really isn't that sweet at all. You really wouldn't think it's got that amount of sugar in there. And you really wouldn't think it's got, 10 grams of sugar per 100 ml. So that's really underwhelming in terms of the sweetness and soapiness. It's really, really not what I was expecting in terms of that. So even for that sugar, it's just the sweetness doesn't back up to how sweet that is. So that's a big letdown in terms of sweetness. So straight away that could be doing with halving the sugar at least, because the sweetness really isn't coming out in the drink. But the drink itself, well, obviously you've got the beginning, the midsection, ending, and then the aftertaste of the drink. But to be honest with you guys, it's literally a cheap cola in a can, and that's it. That's pretty much the best way to describe this can. If it wasn't, if this was in a different labeled can, you would literally just think it's just cheap cola. You wouldn't even think it's Monster. You wouldn't even think it's got a Monster Energy blend in it. You wouldn't even think it's got enough to do with a caffeine or energy drink. Literally, if they had a different packaging, it's a cheap cola drink. And that's that. It doesn't taste nice. It just tastes of a cheap cola drink. And I say it time and time again, when these companies try and do cola energy drinks, they don't work. Cola is just nasty and cheap. It's not Pepsi. It's not Coke. And they will never get it right. And here's another example of where it's just not right. It just tastes so boring. I said there's not really any sweetness there. In terms of this Monster Energy blend that's in there, I don't see it whatsoever. It's just a boring, cheap little bit of cola tasting drink. And that's that. End of. That's really disappointing. Really disappointed with that. Yeah, it just doesn't taste nice whatsoever. Just cheap cola. Well done, guys. Cheap cola. Yeah, that's not great at all. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Again, I will go into more detail with the drink about the beginning and midsection of the drink, but really, it's just cheap cola flavour. I can't really describe it more than that. Cheap cola flavour that's not that sugary, not that syrupy, no sight of Monster Energy blend. You wouldn't even know it's an energy drink or Monster in a can. And that's that. Let me toss them out the can and then I'll finish the video. That's a shame. The rest of this will be going down the drain. Yeah, cheap cola taste. Well, that's that. Big disappointment from their Monster. I know you can't do much with, again, cola as a drink because it's not Coke or Pepsi, as I keep saying. But it's just, cola just is nasty and it just doesn't work. So, there you go. Well, that's a shame. Oh well, another can for the wall. We can sit next to the classic Monster. Now, if you do want to watch me review of this, you can, but bear in mind it's a very, very old video of me reviewing this, so the quality's bad and everything's just bad, lighting's bad. So, but if you do want to watch it, then it will be on my channel from years ago, but it's up to you. Anyway, so apart from that, I'll give that drink a thumbs down. Do not buy that. Do not waste £1.45 your hard-earned money on that. Trust me, people, that is not good. I mean, if you really do like cola drinks, then okay, then buy it and drink it. But trust me, you won't think it's got Monster in it. It hasn't got a monster kick to it. What you're expecting, like it says on the back, it's a cheap cola drink. Anyways, viewers, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check that description below. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram. Oh, excuse me, guys, Fizzy. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. Or if you want to support the channel, you can check out my Patreon. Minimum support is £1, and I go to new drinks, which means new videos for the channel. So as always, thanks for watching.